surrounding the death of daughter-in-law Twisha. The big question remains, will the court revoke the protection granted to Giribala Singh?
Undoubtedly, this is not an ordinary case because Supreme Court every day do not take cognizance, and that to suo moto cognizance of these types of cases. So it's a very destabilizing case. Reason being, a young girl is allegedly to be murdered in the house of a judge, and the husband happens to be a lawyer. So that too, the case becomes more serious. That if a young girl is not safe in the house of a retired judge or in the company of a lawyer husband, then nobody is safe anywhere. So Supreme Court has taken a suo moto cognizance, and in all circumstances, what I can personally see from this point of time, reason being those things which have come in the open and the type of behavior of this retired lady judge, the bail is going to be cancelled because he has tried indirectly to influence the investigation, botch up the investigation.
Experts now believe that the case may rest not just on the crime scene, but on a powerful chain of circumstantial evidence and digital records.
Because if the sanctity of the original scene of crime has been compromised, like it is being botched up, the prosecution may have to build a certain chain of incidents entirely on circumstantial evidences. And in these kind of cases, circumstantial evidence plays a very, very important role. Extraordinarily important role. Because now the focus has shifted, because after the lapse of so many days and alleged botch up of the investigation and of the crime scene, now the focus has shifted to three things. The last scene conduct, the motive behind the crime, cover up, the previous conduct of the accused, how they were behaving with the disease. These are the things which is going to determine the destiny of this investigation.
Monday could prove to be the biggest turning point yet in the Twisha Sharma death case, as all eyes now shift to the Supreme Court and the fate of former Judge Giribala Singh. With explosive allegations of evidence tampering, influencing witnesses, and compromising the crime scene, pressure is mounting on investigators to tighten the legal net around the mother-son duo.
Certainly, this is a serious matter. Anti-Dowry Act, as also the cases of the BNS of the Dowry Provisions Act, she has every reason to be arrested. Without impacting the investigation, the CBI has a host of opportunities. Either the evidence that was compromised in case of why the delay in the FIR for 2 days, how could Samarth go underground, why was the police not called in the first instance and those who were in the friends list, they were summoned. Also, why did the lawyers go and try to get the CCTV footages? As also the fresh autopsy ordered by the Honorable Supreme Court with the fresh team of doctors from AIIMS, that should be indicative of the actual cause of death. And also the electronic surveillance material which the CBI, I'm sure, will be able to access, which I'm sure was not given the due importance by the Bhopal police. I feel now the investigation will pick up pace and will go in the right direction. CBI has a specific investigation plan and they are expert investigators. I'm sure there will be justice and there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Questions are growing louder. Why was no ambulance called? Why was the FIR delayed? And why were attempts allegedly made to access crucial CCTV footage before investigators could act? If the court finds merit in the allegations of interference in the probe, Giribala's anticipatory bail could face serious trouble, paving the way for immediate custodial interrogation. And if charges of murder, conspiracy, or destruction of evidence are ultimately established in court, the consequences could be severe, with punishment extending up to life imprisonment.
That depends entirely on the final charges framed and eventually proved. Because ultimately the accused, they too have a right of fair trial. So as of now at this stage, it's very premature to say what are the chances and how much of the charges are to be proved by the CBI. But ordinarily in these kind of cases, if the charges are proved beyond reasonable doubt, then certainly the life imprisonment is one of the destiny waiting for this mother-son duo. and they will not escape this destiny for quite long. The reason being, CBI is one of the premier investigative agencies, and they will leave no stone unturned to see to it that they get the maximum possible punishment under such circumstances.
Monday's hearing may decide